Hello friends, this is set number 3 in our series of geography, environment and the mapping. This is set number 3, right? And in this set number 3 we will start discussing questions from 26 onwards because first 25 questions we have already discussed. So we will start from question number 26, and this is set number 3 of environment, geography and mapping questions. And this is a very good saying, a very important quote which says that good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will always find a way around the laws. Right? You see, in India, this current Lok Sabha, 43% legislators have criminal track records. It is not that India does not have the legislations or the laws to prohibit the entry of such people in the politics. We have such laws, but they still finds way to enter the sacred buildings, the parliaments and the assemblies. We will start with our first question of this class, that is 26th question in that series, and the question is about the Prosico Hills. Prosico Hills. See, Prosico Hills, it was in question because it was in news because of increase in the production of wine in the Italy, right? And this region of the Prosco Hill is very important for the production of a very special quality wine, the Prosecco wine, right? And its share increased in 2019, right? So this is first of all the location of Prosco Hill is in Italy, right? And in Italy, see this is the shape of Italy, right? And this is the Venice city here, and in this region this is the there here lies the Presco Hills, right? So this is the Presco Hills, and this that the wine, the sale of wine, Presco wine increased 21% in 2019. So that's why it was in news, and it is located in the northeast of the Venice, right? So this is about the Presco Hills. Question number 27. So the question says about the which of the following relief feature is formed because of the continent convergence. Yes. See, the lithospheric plate, they they do three type of collision: O collision, CC collision, and OC collision. And all these three collision only are responsible for all the features which are present on the earth surface, right? And these three type of collisions: ocean plate collision, continent plate collision, ocean. Let me give example of all, I mean each of these. For example, OO collision. Okay, Andaman and Nicobar group of islands are formed because of this type of collision. Okay, Japanese islands are formed because of this kind of collision, right? Philippines islands are formed because of OO collision, right? When it comes to CC collision, and the CC example of CC collision is Ural Mountains, example of CC collision which are in the Russia. Himalayas, they are example of the CC collision, right? So these are the example of CC collision. Andes, example of CC collision. Sorry, not Andes, Alps. OC collision, Andes are example of OC collision. Rockies, example of OC collision, right? So you have to remember these things. This is the plate tectonics theory. Plate tectonics theory is part of plate tectonics theory, right? So Andes and Rockies, they both are part of OC collision. The question here is CC collision, continent collision, right? So these two are wrong. So 1 and 2 are wrong, 3 and 4 are correct. Alps and the Ural. So option is 3. See in the map, when you see in the map here, location of the, this is the Andes, right? This is the Andes mountain in the South America. These are the Rockies mountains on the west coast of America, right? This is the Atlas ranges on the north of Africa. These are Himalayas. Okay, collision of Eurasian plate and the Indian plate, right? Indo-Austral plate is also, as it is called, is a part of a big plate itself, right? So these are the mountains and the question. Next question is the question number 28. Question number 28 is about the discontinuity. First of all, what are the discontinuities? Discontinuities on the Earth's surface. The Earth's surface is formed of the plates, right? The continental and the oceanic plates. Continental and oceanic plates. And these are the nothing but the part of the crust, which are right. Below the crust we have what? Mantle. Right? Below crust we have mantle, and below mantle after 2900 kilometers, okay, depth, we have the core, right? And the core is further divided in two parts, that is outer core and the inner core, right? Outer core and the inner core, right? Now this part, this crust part, right? This crust part is separating the mantle. This discontinuity, this discontinuity at this place is called as the Moho discontinuity, right? Moho discontinuity. And the discontinuity which separate the mantle from core is called as the Gutenberg discontinuity. Gutenberg discontinuity. And the discontinuity which separate the outer core from inner core is called as the Lehman discontinuity. Lehman discontinuity. The difference between outer core and inner core is that outer core is liquid, the semi-liquid in nature, but inner core is solid, right? Inner core is solid. Now one continuity is the counter discontinuity. See, in the continental crust, the upper part of the crust is more felsic in nature than the lower part, right? So the discontinuity at this place is called nothing but the Conrad discontinuity. Conrad discontinuity, right? So the question was, we have to arrange them from top to bottom. So the above is the Conrad, below Conrad is you have Mohotos continuity. So 1, 2, 4 and 3 is the right answer. 1, 2, 4 and 3. So C is the 1, the Conrad discontinuity. Below Conrad we have Moho discontinuity. Below Moho we have Gutenberg, and below Gutenberg we have Lehman discontinuity. So this is the order of these discontinuities in the question number 28, right? See this in the map, right? You have the Conrad discontinuity. Below Conrad you have the Moho discontinuity, and discontinuity between upper mantle and lower mantle. Then you have the Gutenberg discontinuity between the mantle and outer core, and Lehman discontinuity between the outer and the inner core. So this is the sequence. Question number 28. Question number 28 is about the aggradation and the degradation phenomena. See, there are two phenomena of the exogenetic processes, gradation and degradation. In the gradation process, see, first look at the first statement. The phenomena of wearing down of the relief variations of surface of earth through erosion is known as the gradation. This statement is correct when some of the features of, let us say, these are the some features of that surface, this is the mountain, and because of some external actions, rain, wind, glacial actions, these parts are being continuously eroded, and the eroded material is being deposited in this area, So after some time, the surface feature would look like something, very senile topography. So this process is called nothing but gradation, right? So this is the gradation process. The statement number two, the endogenic forces are mainly land building forces. This statement is correct. Any endogenic forces, let us say example the volcanic forces. So these there will form a volcano because of the endogenic force. Okay, and exogenetic processes are land wearing process. This statement is also correct. Any exogenetic process, whether it is rain, wind, glacier action, they will level up the surface, right? And they will wear, okay, they will wear down the discontinuities on the surface. So all three statements are correct in this answer, right? See here, look at the gradation process. Let us say this is a slope here and a river is flowing here, right? So what will river do? River will erode from this place and will deposit at this place. So after sometimes few years, 120, after large time scale, the surface will look like this, right? So this is the process of gradation. The question number 29 is from mapping, okay, and it is asking the longitudinal location which is closest to the city of Delhi, right? For example, Delhi longitudinal location is 77.22 degree, right? Among these cities, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Nagpur, and Pune, which city is located very close to 77-degree longitude? So among these cities, if you see, the Bengaluru has the most closest location to Delhi, right? 77.59 degree. Other cities, Hyderabad, Nagpur, and Pune, they are not close to the longitude of Delhi, right? This is question number 29. Question number 30 is again from mapping and it is from international dateline. What is international dateline? First of all, see the Greenwich meridian, which is the central point or the central reference point from which the time is measured, the exactly 180-degree opposite to this Greenwich meridian, right? Meridian is the international dateline, and this international dateline, in contrast to Greenwich meridian, which is straight, right, is not a straight one. This international dateline, and it has very interesting features. First of all, the question is saying which of the following countries or the islands are located on the western side. So this is the shape of the international dateline, ideal. Some islands or countries are located on this side, eastern side, and some are located on the western sides. So question is asking on the western side, on this side of the international dateline, right? See, French Polynesia is located on this side, eastern side, right? And the Fiji is located on the western side, right? Similarly, the Tonga and the Cook Island. See, look at in this map here. Cook Island are located on the eastern side. Similarly, French Polynesia is located on the eastern side. But the Fiji and Tonga, they are located on the western side. So when this question is concerned, Fiji and Tonga will be the answer, right? So 1 and 4 will be the answer, D will be the answer. But other countries can also be remembered from here, right? Like Kiribati. These Kiribati islands are again on the western side. Fiji again on the western side. Tuvalu on again the western side. Tonga western side. On eastern side we have Cook Island, the French Polynesia, right? Marshall Island again important on the western side of the international. This red one is the international dateline, right? Solomon Island again to be remembered on the western side. So these are the important islands which have to be remembered on the eastern and western side. You also have to remember that when you move from this side to this side, that is, when you move from the western side to eastern side, you will gain a day. You will gain a day. And when one moves from the east side to west side, one will lose a day, one will lose a day, right? Lose a day. That means, for example, if you are here on the Friday night, right, and you move here from this side to this side, you will experience the same Friday of say this was 28th of June, right? And you jumped from here to here, the same calendar day, that is 28th of June, you will again witness here, right? So this is the concept of international deadline. And Greenwich, again the same mapping, the Greenwich, this is the Greenwich meridian, very straight one. So you have to remember the countries also which pass through the Greenwich meridian, right? Sorry, the Greenwich meridian, the countries through which the Greenwich meridian passes. For the first country is United Kingdom, right? The next one is the France. Third one is the Spain here. Okay, in Africa you have Algeria, Burkina Faso, Togo, Mali, and Ghana, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So these 8 countries also have to be remembered, right? Let us come to the next question from this segment. That is the which of arrange the following mountains in chronological order of their formation. In chronological order of their formation, that is Scandinavian mountains, Appalachian mountains, and the Andes mountains. See, the Andes mountains are the tertiary mountains. Okay, they are tertiary mountains. They are tertiary mountains, right? So they are tertiary mountains are the latest mountains. Okay, these Scandinavian and the Appalachian mountains, they are the ancient ones. So first among these was the Scandinavian mountains, and the next one was the Appalachian mountain. Now look at the location of these mountains. The Andes mountains, as I told you, are located in the South America, formed because of OC collision, right? When it comes to Appalachian mountains, they are located on, this is the map of America, right? These are the Appalachian mountains here. These are Appalachian mountains here, and these Appalachian, you cannot say that Appalachian mountains have the features of, they are formed because they have all the features. They have CC collision type features, they have OC collision type features, and they have OO collision type features. Okay, and they are not a single mountain range, they are multiple mountain ranges, that is parallelly they have Blue Mountain. This is a complex one, and among this you have the Blue Mountains. Okay, we have Allegheny Mountains here in this only. Okay, Piedmont Plateau also there, Piedmont Plateau, right? So it is a, this is Appalachian Mountains, and these Appalachian Mountains further northward extends into the Scandinavia, that is your Norway and Sweden, in these countries. So the correct sequence in this is the Scandinavia, Appalachian, and the this one, 1, 2, and 3. C is the correct option in this. Now come the question number 3. Consider the 32. Consider the following statements regarding the landforms of the wind erosion in deserts. Okay, which of the following features are formed because of the wind erosion? First is option is the zooxangs are formed are landforms of the wind erosion in the deserts, right? This is correct. See, when the rocks, that is hard and the soft rocks, are positioned alternatively like hard, soft, and because of the wind action, valleys are carved out of it in these rocks because of the alternate placement of the hard and soft rocks. These alternate placements would lead to the differential erosion, and this differential erosion would carve out valleys of this shape, right? Wherever the wind encounters the soft rocks, okay, it will carve out the valley, and wherever the wind encounters the hard rock, okay, there would be a plateau or a plateau shape type region, right? So this is called the Zeuxan formation, right? Next comes the Inselberg. They are isolated residual hills rising abruptly from ground above, right? This option is also correct. See, whenever, let us say this is a mountain, right, and rivers are flowing from all the side of this mountain. So what will happen gradually, that this mountain will recede from all the sides, and there will left finally rounded shape a rounded shape hill on this region, and all other features would be flattened to the ground. And this residual hill is called as the Inselberg. Inselberg, right? So Inselbergs are the residual hills. This statement is correct. And Inselbergs are characterized by the steep slopes, and the rounded of this statement is also correct. So all the three statements are correct in this. So you see this is the feature, or this is the look of the Inselberg. This is the look of Inselberg. Mhm. Now come the question number 33. Consider the following statements regarding the karst landforms. See, karst landforms form in the areas which have the dense thickness of calcium carbonate rocks, densely placed calcium carbonate rocks, and in these calcium carbonate rocks are dissolved by the rainwater or the river water, leading to formation of the topographies, complex topographies, right? And these complex topographies are called the karst landforms, right? So the questions are about the karst landforms, and three options are given. First is the grikes are rectangular blocks, and the clints are the large enlarged joints in the limestone pavement. See, let us say this is the limestone block, a calcium carbonate block, limestone block, and in this limestone block, these are the cracks, right? These are the cracks. These are the cracks here, and these cracks are called the Greeks, grikes or Greeks, and these rectangular blocks, these are called the clints, right? So this the statement number one, the Greeks are the rectangular no, Greeks are not the rectangular, Greeks are the these joints, right? So this statement is wrong. The dolines are formed when large number of swallow holes. So see, when the water or rainwater start dissolving this calcium carbonate, there will form small holes on this platform. Okay, and these small holes are called the swallow holes, and when these swallow holes becomes large, they are called dolines. So this statement is correct. Uvalas are the large depressions formed when large number and when these dolines becomes large, this doline will also become large, this will also become large, and this will also, they will merge, leading to formation of a very large depression on this block, and this is called uvala. This statement is also correct. So 2 and 3 are correct one. Look at the landform, few of the other landforms of the karst topography. This one is the doline. Okay, and here will flow the stream, continuously flowing the stream. This is called uvala. When the doline becomes more big, right? This is called uvala. And this is here the karst tower, right? And few other landforms are also there, like poly. Look at the question. Now let us move to the next question, question number 33. That is the, consider the following statements regarding the submergent coastlines. Submergent coastlines. See, coastlines are of two types, submergent and emergent coastlines. Submergent coastlines are divided further into the three categories, that is ria coastlines, fjords, and the Dalmatian coast. Okay, and there is a difference between all three. Fjord coasts are the glaciated ones. They are found in the high latitudes in the Scandinavian countries, Norway, in the New Zealand, right? The ria coast are longitudinal to the coast. So ria coast is a longitudinal coast where the mountains run parallel to the coast. This statement is wrong. They are the transverse. So ria coast they are not longitudinal, they are transverse one. For example, this is the sea, this is the coastline, and here is the ocean, right? Here is the ocean. So the Ria coast would be something like this. This is the Ria coast. Okay, and these are the mountains. These are the mountains. Okay, so submergent coastline will form when this presence of the land. Right. So this is the statement number one. The statement number two. The Dalmatian coast is a transverse coast where mountains run perpendicular to the coast. This statement is again wrong. In Dalmatian coast, so this is again coast. In Dalmatian coast, mountain ranges run parallel to the coast, right? This is the coastline, right? This is here the ocean. The mountain ranges will run parallel to the coast in the Dalmatian coast. So this is also correct, not transverse. Ria Fjord and the Dalmatian coast are ideal for port construction, right? This statement is correct. So this is the C is the option in this question. Now come the question number 35 and the last question of this video, right? Set number 3, the question number 35, and it is on the coastal features, right? The coastal erosion features. The option 1 is the which of the following are the features of the coastal erosion, right? Erosion features. Not deposition, erosion one. The geo and the globes, spits and the bars, arch and the stump. See, in this we can easily eliminate this bar and the spit. These are the not the features of erosion, right? But the deposition. These are the depositional features. These are depositional features. Depositional features. What happens that suppose that this is the coastline. Okay, these are the longshore drift, right? And these longshore drift would erode the material from all the coastal area and would carry this material, and wherever they will find a bay or a protruding area which can stop this longshore drift, this longshore drift will deposit this material, this material which they eroded in this place, and they will start depositing it here like this, and this material will keep on increasing on this side like this. So this a bar will form in this area which will block the seawater passage to this area, forming a lagoon, and this will be here spit. Okay, this is a spit and this will be the lagoon. Okay, this is the bar or the spit. So this is the deposition. So 2 is not the correct one. So this is out, this is out, 1 and 3. So see, arch and the stump, geo and the globe. See what happens. This is, let us say this is the ocean, and this is a cliff. Okay, this is a steep cliff, and this is the ocean water, right? This ocean water. The sea waves keep on eroding this area, leading to formation of the notch in this area. Okay, and when this area keeps on retreating backwards, leading to formation of the platform, right? Formation of a platform, and this platform, as this keep on backtracking, leading to formation of some caves in this area, and these caves, right? These caves will be having small holes on their top, and from these holes on their top, the fast winds will emerge out, leading to the formation of the geos and the glues. So these small holes and the caves, these are called the geos and the glues, and the waves will keep on eroding and leading to formation of arch and the stump. What is arch and stump? These are nothing but features, something like that. This kind of features will form on the this kind of features will form here on the coastline. These are called arch and stumps. So this is also correct, 2 is wrong, so 1 and 3 is the correct one. So this was the last question of this video, question number 35, and we have got 35, and we will be doing the next set of the questions in the next video. So this is the end. So if you like the video, subscribe the channel and hit the like button on the video. Thank you for this video.